Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of KITAKUBU BAKO. Today we have a special guest. We have the main character, the biggest, I guess you can say, Gilgamesh fan that I know
Uh,
on top of my head. But
I
yeah, what's
appreciate
up,
it.
man? How you doing?
Thank you for calling me the biggest Gilgamesh fan you know, man. I appreciate it, especially coming from you. Doing okay. Like you said, I'm the main character. I really only stream and upload videos on YouTube. That's like my bread and butter, and I'm active on Twitter, but that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, we got to go with, before we get on to the whole Type Moon and FGO stuff, why the main character? Like, why go with that name?
Oh
And
man.
what should I call, by the way, what should I call you? I actually didn't ask you before recording.
Usually, people who watch me, who get to know me, call me MC.
Okay.
But you could call me Jack, which is my real name.
Okay,
Whichever one works with you.
I just wanted to make sure before I call you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Call me whatever you want.
Got
It's
it.
all good. As far as why the main character, like why that's my channel name, I kind of regret calling myself that because I feel like off the jump, people who find my channel might think, oh, this guy's like an arrogant prick or something. But it's really not that, and I'm sure a percentage of it is that. But back in the day, like early, like this is like a decade ago at this point. Originally, I was supposed to start a channel with my brother and my two cousins because we would always be playing around, making jokes, cracking jokes. We had that chemistry of entertainment, and we loved watching a lot of channels back then, like Smosh. They're still, doing their thing today. And we want to start our own channel. But the thing that was very apparent to me early on was, while we love talking about the idea of starting a channel together or streaming together or whatever, I was really the only one, and this is not a knock on them, I'm sure they agree with this. I was really the only one that wanted to commit to that idea, even though I was the youngest one. And what really drove that home was, again, I'm like 12 at this point, barely even a
Very young.
teenager.
Okay.
Yeah. Just like a lot of, I'm sure, 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds nowadays, they want to start a channel or whatever, TikTok. I went out and bought like a $200, $300 camera, and as a 12-year-old.
At 12?
Yeah, I know. I was saving money, bro, like Christmas money, whatever, allowance.
That makes sense then. Okay.
Yeah, stuff like. And obviously, even right now, spending $200 or whatever, a couple $100 on anything, that's a lot of money. So imagine that as like a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
You're not making that money back really fast. So I remember I bought a camera, really crappy camera, looking back at it, and I was like, yo, let's start a channel. I got a camera, let's get this thing going. And long story short, never really went anywhere. And I felt like I wasted money, and I was a little bit, resentful, water under the bridge at this point. But eventually, a couple of years after, again, became apparent that they weren't really that committed to it. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start my own thing. I don't really know what to call my channel. So I'll just go with like the main character or whatever, just to like drive it home that this is my thing. Like I might have my brother on every now and then, or nowadays my girlfriend on every now and then. But in the end of the day, I just rely on myself. I don't know if that's arrogant or anything, but like that's the way I see it. And the secondary reason, which is like a more simple, dumb reason, is I don't know if I'm ever gonna get here. Hopefully, maybe like 100 years from now or something. But you know how you get those plaques with like 100K,
Oh, yeah.
like 1 million. I don't know, in my head, the idea of having that YouTube plaque that says the main character, I don't know, that just sounds cool to me. So again, that's the secondary reason. But the main reason, the main reason is just like, I just want people to know that this is my, primarily me. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I completely understand your the whole like, hey, I'm gonna start a channel with a group kind of thing, because that was my original plan too, or one of my original plans too. I actually, I'm not sure if you know this, but I think I talked about this in a previous episode. But I actually started up a website called KITAKUBU. That's why I have the whole KITAKUBU thing on my my channel. But I had this website. It's all about like anime news, because I wanted to become a journalist, and I wanted to focused on anime. So I started this like website news and stuff like that, which was doing pretty good at first. And then I thought, you know what, I had a partner, and then we decided let's go ahead and do like a YouTube style news. And then that kind of fell through because he was kind of like going in a different direction in a way, I guess you could say. But yeah, that's how I ended up doing, you know, YouTube kind of thing. And I thought Gacha was like an easy way into YouTube in a way. So that's why I started doing focusing on Gacha. But obviously, I wanted to do something different, and thus something like this, KITAKUBU BAKO, doing interviews and stuff like that.
That's cool. That's cool.
But yeah, okay. Have you told that story before on stream or?
Probably, but like not in that much detail. I'm pretty sure. Like, yeah.
Got it. All right, but what were you trying to do? Like, instead of just like, I know you mainly do FGO and Fate stuff right now. What were you guys trying to do with just like Smosh type videos or?
Oh man, yeah. I mean, as like again, 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, we just wanted to put something out there, like skits, like those Smosh style skits where we just do stupid stuff. Gaming videos as well. We were huge on that. But again, didn't really happen. Originally, actually, none of the videos are up on my channel anymore at this point. But originally, I used to do some gaming, but a lot of my content back then that got me like my first maybe 2,000 subscribers, if even that. I used to do like anime reviews and reactions kind of thing back in like 2015 to 2016-ish. They're down now, not because I'm necessarily embarrassed by them, because I do a lot of embarrassing stuff nowadays anyway, so that doesn't really bother me. But as you might know, copyright is like a big thing,
right?
Especially with anime. So I had to take them down because I've had several copyright strikes in the past. I've had my channel taken down actually twice.
Oh, really?
Before, yeah. So I just had to like delete them, even if they were fine for years. I just, for the sake of like security and whatnot, I just didn't want to keep them up.
Oh wow, I never knew that actually. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Then let's step right into the bread and butter. Fate. How did you get into Fate? Why Fate?
Jesus. Oh man. I would love to sit here and like satisfy all the visual novel enthusiasts or like original Dean anime fans out there, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to make some people cringe right now. I started with, of course, Fate Zero. I know that's like a controversial topic for a lot of people.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
As you know, I think you know, like I'm like a pretty OG Fate fan, or Type Moon fan, but I didn't really care too much about the series. Like I started off with the Studio Dean anime, and then I got into the visual novel because my friend introduced me to visual novel. That was my very first visual novel. And then I didn't really care too much about Fate Stay Night during that time. I was like, oh, it's like kind of whatever, to be really honest with you. But then I found out that they did Tsukihime and Melty Blood, and then that's where I got into the whole Type Moon thing. And then Fate Zero comes along, right? And then that just like literally changes my view on Fate. Like that's what literally I guess opened the doors for me when it comes to Fate. That's when I really got into like lore and everything like that. Yeah. So, and plus like Ryder Iskandar was just freaking awesome in my opinion. So like that's I think like literally Fate Zero and Iskandar was like I didn't really have a favorite character in Type Moon until Iskandar came out. So yeah, that was like I guess you can say my official introduction to like actually getting into the whole Type Moon lore.
Yeah. And funny enough, I watched the original, well, not original, it's the only one out there, but the Kare no Kyokai movies before Fate Zero. So that was like my introduction to Type Moon, and UFO Table, of course, by extension. But funny enough, with Fate Zero, if you guys remember the first episode, obviously you're not supposed to watch it before reading the visual novel or watching the original anime or later Unlimited Blade Works, whatever. But the first episode is super confusing if you do not know, if you have no prior knowledge of Fate. So I remember watching it with my brother, And we were just like, what is this? Like, why is everyone talking about this? Why is everyone? Because at the time when we started it, Unlimited Blade Works just got announced, and like everyone was like hyped about that. And you know, we were scrubs back then, so we were just like, oh, okay, so how do we start Fate? Oh, okay, some people say Fate Zero is really good. It has good ratings, decent ratings. Let's go start that. And we did not understand what was going on, and I'm pretty sure we dropped it after the first episode. We stopped watching it for a couple months because, again, we could not get into it. We did not know what's going on. And then as Unlimited Blade Works was getting closer to its like release, we were like, you know what? Let's just bite the bullet. Everyone's talking about this anime for whatever reason. Let's just, you know, binge Fate Zero and see where it goes from there. And after the first episode, it gets easier to understand. You start to pick up on what's going on and like the character dynamics and what certain terminologies mean. And by the end of it, we were hooked. Unlimited Blade Works comes out a little bit later, and it's, you know, that's pretty much how we got into Fate, like hardcore. Like we were super into Unlimited Blade Works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, like, you're really huge on Fate. I mean, I see you post a lot of like your collection of your Fate goods. I mean, you have like a shrine for just Gilgamesh. I think you also have one for, like TM. Yeah, right behind you. You have like Tiamut. I think you have one for Ozzy too. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Ozzy has a yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, it's right there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's part of the guild wall.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, what got you into like collecting part of it? You just like I just want to collect kind of thing.
Yeah. So in our old house, we couldn't really collect like that. We would get like the small figures, like Nendoroids and like prize figures, but we weren't really like big on collecting necessarily. Big part is we couldn't afford it at the time. So when we moved to our new place right here, I finally got my own room. My brother got his own room. So all of a sudden it's like all this open space for whatever I want and whatever he wants. But we moved here like 2016. But I didn't start collecting till like maybe 2017, 2018, and then really hardcore during like the pandemic era.
I see.
Okay. Again, a large part because I couldn't really afford it, and at the time, 2017, 18, a little bit of 19, I was spending a lot of money on Grand Order. I'm sure like you understand that more than myself, and I'm sure a lot of people understand that too. And then when I finally slowed down and really I only spend money on like the Guaranteed SRs, Destiny Order and stuff like that, I noticed like, oh, my bank account actually looks pretty good right now. I could buy other stuff. And then I got into collecting. So initially, I only had this one Gilgamesh Detolf case. And I was pretty satisfied with that. I was like, oh man, like I'm quite the Gil fan, am I not? Like, and I remember going online. I forget if it was like My Figure Collection or like somewhere on Twitter or Reddit or whatever. Then I saw somebody's like really crazy Gilgamesh collection. It was like a whole room of Gilgamesh stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit like on that competitive side, almost to a toxic level. So that's why I don't really play like fighting games or competitive games, because I get really into it. And I remember seeing that, and I was like, man, like this person like really loves Gilgamesh. I like to think I really love Gilgamesh, but I really gotta show more. So then it expanded further and further from just one case to like pretty much a whole wall dedicated to Gil, and that was like 5 years in the making. Okay. It's a very slow process, but very expensive process too. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as a Gilgamesh fan, have you met? Did you meet the voice actor before?
Oh man, so. This is still one of my biggest regrets.
Oh, you didn't meet him
ever?
At AX?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he was there 2017 AX, right?
He was, yeah.
Yep. So that was pretty early on in my Fate fandom, and pretty early on, really, in like just like otaku related stuff and like just attending Anime Expo and like conventions in general. So I really did not. Like straight up, I did not know he was there.
Oh man, yeah, it was actually pretty secretive.
It's low key. Yeah, it was low key. I was like, what? I remember I was like on my way home. I think I just got the ticket for the autograph for Aiko Kawasumi. Yeah. And as well as several of the Aniplex Fate Grand Order executives at the time. And I was pretty pumped about that. And I was like, oh man, this is sick. I'm gonna get their autograph tomorrow. And then I went online, and then people were like, oh yeah, I can't wait to get Saber's autograph and Gilgamesh's autograph. And I was like, Gilgamesh's? And then I had to like dig through like at the Anime Expo Twitter, and then find that small little post with like maybe 100 likes at best.
Yeah.
That Seki Tomokazu is gonna be at Anime Expo doing a signing for, I forget what anime he was advertising at the time.
It was for a new one. I think it was Gacha Man. I think something like that. I think
it was
something like that.
Yeah, it was something relatively low key, and I remember, and to this day, I'm still like devastated about not meeting him and like getting both their autographs, and like I think it was like on the same day. Like that would have been like the biggest flex of my life.
Right. Yeah, because like my friend, because my friend, we got both Kasumi and Seki Tomokazu's sign. Like literally, we like you, we found out last minute, and somehow we got tickets to Seki. I actually, not a lot of people got tickets for Seki because no one knew he was there, right?
Damn.
So we were like, dude, okay, we got it. And then like my friend, because we found out last minute, my friend was like just running around the con looking for something Gilgamesh for him to sign, and he found this like really huge portrait of Gilgamesh, and he got that signed. And I just got like a Full Metal Panic signature.
Oh wow!
Him, because like I like Full Metal Panic a lot. So because he's Sagara Sosuke from Full Metal, so I got that signed. I'm like, and then they also gave us like a little like postcard of like the new anime he was promoting. As well. So. But yeah, he was pretty cool. He really nice guy. I heard back in the day he was kind of like very, I don't want to say anything bad about him, but he was very on the, he was kind of like Gilgamesh in a way.
Oh, so okay.
But like I mean, he was really nice when we met him.
That's cool.
Yeah, but didn't you win a signature recently or?
Yeah,
something?
actually, a couple of days ago. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the same day you reached out to me. Like that day was just crazy. I was like, what's going on? So Koei Tecmo was doing a giveaway of several signatures. For those of you guys that don't know, Koei Tecmo, they are in charge of Fate Samurai Remnant, as well as the localization, if I'm not mistaken, of a lot of the Type Moon visual novels. They were doing a giveaway, and I won actually somebody else's signature.
Oh,
but
yeah,
you
I saw
were
that. It said traded or something, right?
Yeah. But you're able to negotiate with the other winners if they're down to trade. And I believe I won the Rogue Berserker Kishimojin. I think that's her name. That autograph. And in the comments, I talked to the guy who won the Gilgamesh signed Shikishi, and I was like, hey man, listen, like I'll respect it if you want to keep it. I understand, I get it, you want it, totally respect that, but I'm like a really big Gilgamesh fan. And then I sent like a picture of like my background of like my collection, and then he got back to me pretty much right away and was like, you know what, dude, it would go better with your stuff, so like I'm down to trade. And I was like, wait, really, are you serious?
Dang, okay.
Like I don't want to. Yeah, he was a really cool dude. We follow each other. So like that was just like a huge stroke of luck, because had it been anyone else, I feel like they wouldn't give it away. But the guy was down and he respected my collection. So
awesome.
It's just a lot of things went down that day that, luck was on my side, I guess. But yeah, I still want to meet him, like actually meet him. But it does feel like nice that I got that sort of redemption, that I'm actually getting his autograph for real. But so
that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think not too long ago you released a video stating that you're not gonna touch any other Gacha game, right?
Yeah.
What happened? What was it? Madoka? That Gacha game?
Yeah, the Mage record game. Yep.
I watched that video. I'm like, oh, okay. I completely understand that. Like, not all Gacha games are gonna survive. It's very, I mean, in a way, it's very rare for a Gacha game to actually, stay, active for a very long time. Like there are so many games I didn't think that were gonna do good. Like, for example, like it's dead here in America, but Monster Strike, for example, in Japan. Like, I'm very surprised how popular that game is. It's like a top 10, top 5 mobile game, right?
Wow.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Jesus.
It's a top 5 mobile game, like arguably top 3 possibly, because every time a new gacha comes out, it's always number 1.
That's crazy. Okay.
Then you have like, you know, baseball, then you have like Uma Musume and stuff like that, always like ranking up in the top 10s, and of course, you know, FGO. But like, is there like a chance you might start another gacha game?
Oh man. So there's really only 2 ways I would ever try another gacha game outside of Fate. Like if they do like another Fate like gacha game, of course I'm gonna touch that. But outside of Fate, there's really only 2 possible ways. The first one was actually laid out in one of my latest videos about talking about the Honkai Star Rail and UBW thing that they're gonna do next year, which there really isn't too much information about it currently. But I mean, the fact that they're announcing it a year earlier, it should be something relatively big. I hope. Yeah. Again, UBW isn't about Gilgamesh necessarily, but if he's there as a playable character, like I'm not talking about like a costume or like one of the characters has like the Gate of Babylon as a reference. Like if he's there and he could say Zashu and all that good Gilgamesh lines, yeah, I'm hopping on, no problem, no questions asked. So that's reason number 1. If like wherever my king goes, I'm gonna go. You know. Second reason is more of a selfish reason. Like if you know, if MiHoYo wants to hit me up and you know don't want to pay me, bro, like I'll do that. But like, you know, I gotta make that money. You know what I'm saying? But like that's pretty much the only 2 reasons. Either Gilgamesh finds his way in another gacha game in like a big way,
or some kind of sponsorship, right? Yeah.
Or some kind of sponsorship.
Got it. Okay.
But even then, with the sponsorship thing, I don't know if I would like stay playing that game for too long. Just like full transparency, and even to an extent, if Gilgamesh is in Star Rail, I might play it for like a couple of weeks, maybe months,
and then like not touch it, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's inevitably what's gonna happen. Just because like he's definitely not gonna have like a major storyline role. It's a collaboration event. Like he's only gonna be relevant in that event, and then after that, pretty much dead in the water. Like never gonna show up again.
Yeah, I mean, like I've done sponsorship videos before, like for like some pretty random gacha games, and I mean I thought they were pretty cool at the time, and I did play it for like, you know, maybe like a good month. But then it just died, right? It's like no one else is playing it. It's, you know, it's not getting pushed a lot. There's not a lot of advertisement, so I obviously stopped playing it. And then nowadays, I actually literally like pay attention to like what they're trying to like tell me to sponsor, or not sponsor, sorry, tell me to advertise. It's like I don't get as many emails as I do before, but when I did, I looked at it. I'm like, nah, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Like, for example, Raid Shadow Legends. I actually, I've got multiple emails for Raid Shadow Legends. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't want to play Raid Shadow Legends. I mean, I've heard they pay good money. I really have. But, like, I'm like, I just don't want to do it.
I completely get it, because I've gotten the same email as well.
Oh, really?
I feel like they, like, you know, reach out to everybody, you know? Like, you see all these different YouTubers. Like, even, like, I remember watching, like, a cooking video. Like, the guy was, like,
Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, Raid Shadow Legends. I'm like, okay, this middle-aged dude is not playing Raid Shadow Legends. Like, clearly, like, they're just reaching out to everybody and, like, paying. I don't even know where they got the money from.
Yeah.
But I'm the same way. I guess it depends on the game, too. Like, if it's, like, a sponsorship, it would have to be something that, like, I would play on my own downtime, too. Or, like, I think it's a good product that I'm sure other people would. Not saying Raid Shadow Legends is crap or anything. I've never touched it.
Yeah, I've never touched it either. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, like stuff like that. I'm always like looking carefully. I'm like, are you a real email? Or are you a spammer?
Oh yeah.
I'm always very careful on that too.
Yeah.
But okay. Like other than FGO, like what do you do? Like, do you plan on streaming anything else, or is it just strictly like Fate or Type Moon for you?
Currently, mainly Type Moon. Obviously Grand Order related stuff. Just because, and I'm sure you understand to an extent, especially with how small my channel is in the grand scheme of things. I feel like if I were to pivot and start, let's say, doing vlogs in the beach or something, I feel like not only that would get like maybe like 10 views at best, but I think that would push a lot of people out who were there for like the the Grand Order stuff or the Fate related stuff.
I completely understand. Yeah, I completely understand because like again, like I'm starting to do stuff that's not FGO related, and I've noticed that like I've been not getting views for these videos or those videos, and recently my FGO videos haven't really been getting those views as I did before. But like to be honest, like I'm like completely okay with that because I'm just trying to do stuff that I want to do. But I totally get what you mean by that.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, I enjoy the interaction I get more than anything. Like the views, yeah, okay, that's all well and good. The little money I might get from either donations or like the ads, that's cool too. But the main reason I stream and like upload to this day, again, like I'm a relatively small channel in the grand scheme of things. I'm very small. But just having a couple people, whether that be 10, 50, sometimes hundreds of people in like a live stream chat, just interacting with me, cracking jokes, laughing at my jokes, making me laugh, that's really the main reason I do this. Because again, like just to harp back on what I said earlier, when me and my cousins and my brother wanted to do YouTube, we just wanted to do it just to have fun. And if we could make a connection with other people online, that's even better. Because we could bounce off of them and whatnot. And I feel like to a very small degree, I have achieved that. I'm not like, Mr. Beast, PewDiePie level of money or like fame or popularity or anything. But I do like the fact that there are a good handful of people out there who, when I stream, they go straight to my stream and they come and just chill.
Yeah.
Just chill vibes. And even shout out to Lauren, if you're watching. There's this one of my viewers, Lauren. I guess she really likes watching me because she tells me every now and then that on her way to work, she likes putting like my past streams up. Just like not even listening to music or radio or anything. It's like, me? You're listening to me? If people hear what I say, just like with your window down, they're going to be like, what is she listening to? And with her, and I'm sure other people, if she's doing it, then I'm sure a couple other people are also doing that. That means the world to me. And funny enough, with Lauren, I don't want to just focus solely on her, but I remember there was like a period like 2 years ago where I just was not uploading or streaming, not because I was quitting, but like there was like really nothing to do or like nothing I was interested in doing. So it was like a good month, maybe 2 months of just like not doing anything with my channel. And then I remember opening up my email because I got a notification. I was like, okay, what's going on? And I got a donation for $100. I was like, what? Is this legit? And obviously with donations, you could put like a small message. The message was just essentially like, thank you for streaming. I really enjoy watching you. I just wanted to show some appreciation. And I'm just like, wow. Like, I haven't uploaded or streamed in like weeks, and you're here donating $100. I'm just like, okay. And that meant a lot coming from her and like several other viewers who like, whether or not you donate, if you just like express,
just like a message, right? Yeah, like
I've
had a couple of those too. I'm like, dude, that's like that definitely like keeps the fire going to do this for sure.
Yeah, and again, I've been doing this to differing degrees and different content. Again, started out with like an anime reaction review channel. I've been doing this for almost 10 years now, and I feel like most people, and again, this is not me trying to be arrogant or pompous or anything like that, but I feel like a lot of people, with the views I get and the interaction I get on this level after 10 years, I feel like a lot of people would quit. They would be like, oh man, like I'm not at the millions, I'm not 100K, I'm not doing collaborations with Mr. Beast or like Moist Critical or anything. But I feel like a lot of people will quit because I think many who try getting into like streaming or video or content creating, they have this sort of fantasy in their mind. And I was the same way when I started. That, oh man, I'm so funny, like in parties and like in family gatherings and at class. Like I'm just gonna put myself out there on YouTube and I'm sure I'm gonna be a huge hit. Everyone's gonna love me, they're gonna love my jokes, and then they get started and then all of a sudden they're stuttering. All of a sudden they don't understand the interaction with the camera.
Right.
And even if they get past that, now they gotta get past the mental challenge of looking at a video that they worked hard on or stream that they worked hard on, and it only got like 5 views. And it's like a video that they put their heart and soul into. And I've done that too. I would upload a video that like I edited for a couple hours, and it would get like 200 views and never get a single comment or like not even a like. And I understand that. But for me, recently, what I started doing, it's called posting and ghosting. So I would just post my video and I would not even look at the views. Because
is that what they call it? I've never heard of that term before.
It's called post and ghost. In fact, I have I'm gonna expose myself right now. On my Google Chrome, I have a extension that basically makes it so when I open YouTube, I cannot see views at all.
Oh, like, wow. Okay. I never knew that was a thing.
Because even though like I for the past 10 minutes I've been saying, yeah, I don't really care about the views, whatever. Like it does get to me every now and then. Not gonna lie, it does get to me.
For sure. Yeah.
I'm sure you understand. Yeah. And it does get demotivating. So I'm just trying to like train myself into not really caring and just keep doing what I'm doing. And that's one of the strategies I'm doing. Just post and ghost. Just post it, not even look at it. Like look at the comments and whatnot. But aside from that, like don't even look at the views because you're just gonna put yourself down. At least in my opinion. Again, if you're like super like confident and like you just don't care, then by all means you can look at that 10 views and just like brush through it. For me, even after 10 years, it's still like a challenge, that mental challenge.
But I mean, like, yeah, I'm actually pretty glad that you're still going because like I don't watch every day, but here and then like I do watch your streams. Like okay. I don't comment or anything like that.
Yeah, I appreciate it though.
I do watch it, and then like I mean, there's times like I enjoy. I'm like, oh, that's pretty funny what he did. Like, I do get some ideas from you too, actually. To be honest with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I because like again, I don't stream as much now. But like when I watch because like I actually did study other FGO content creators streaming, and you're one of them. And I would like to study you guys. I'm like, how do I make my stream better? And then I've definitely put in a lot of hours watching your streams for sure, just to get a better idea on like how I should make my stream better. But yeah, like you're definitely one of those.
Okay, I don't want to expose you, but I'm just curious. What's like one idea, just one idea, or like one inspiration that I've
like just like what you do on stream, like how you set like the setup on your streams, how you do your reactions, like how you like, and stuff like that, like just like the small things like that. Like I keep an eye out on that. Like I mean, it's let's be honest, like streaming FGO is pretty basic. Like just play, tap, boom, clear, right? And then same thing, reaction to the streams and stuff. It's very basic, but like how to become original when it comes to FGO. Like everyone has their own styles. Like, hey, I can translate, right? Then but there's those who can't translate, like yourself and like Mist and the gurus and stuff like that. Like how they are gurus. Like they don't know Japanese as much, right? Yeah. But they know a little bit. You guys know a little bit here and there. But like just to see your guys' reaction, your raw reaction and stuff like that, like it gives me an idea of like, oh, okay, this is how it is if they don't understand Japanese and stuff like that. You know, like just looking at the small things like that, like gives me an idea. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point when you said like, you know, this is very basic and like it's hard to like be original with this type of content because again, it's very basic. Hundreds of people do it at this point, and you know, certain people have certain niches within that. Like, for example, with you, like you said, you know Japanese, you could translate certain things. You're able to relay news like right away and, you know, give it to your audience. So I feel like a lot of people, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of people watch you for that type of content because you're like a reliable source. You've been doing this for years. You have a background in journalism. Like you know what you're doing at this point. Obviously, people like me who don't know Japanese, we kind of have to compensate for that lack of like Japanese knowledge or whatever. So I tend to lean towards the more entertaining commentary, just being dumb side of things. Because again, everyone has niches. Some people do guide videos. Some people do like your type of videos where they cover news. Me, I'm more of the basic bread and butter, just like I just want to be entertaining. If people find me funny, great. If people find me annoying, maybe eventually they'll find me funny, but like yeah. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like again, like that's what I look at, because again, we're all different when it comes to content creating. Like again, like you do the gotchas, you do the reactions.
Yeah.
Obviously, again, like you just said, news, I do reactions and stuff like that, translate. And then you have like Mist, who does like I don't know, like F2P gameplay and stuff like that. Then you have like Plushie doing the gameplays. And so on and so on, like KITAKUBU skits, GA reviews, doing the servant spotlights and stuff like that. So everyone has their own niche, and that's what I like about FGO. Like, even though it seems very simple, we all have these different things that we're very good at, and I that's what I like about this community, or the content creator community at least. So like I definitely want to see more content creators of FGO and be more and I do want to see more original stuff, but yeah, I mean, what do you think about that? Do you think it's actually kind of easy to get into FGO now as a content creator, or do you think it might be hard?
As a content creator, from that perspective, man, getting into FGO even just as a player is already kind of like, that's a huge barrier in my opinion. Just because it's like a 9-year-old game at this point. Some people think or believe it has like an outdated gameplay, especially if you compare it to more modern gacha games. So, but like as far as like content creation, it's, in my opinion, pretty limited, to be honest. There's no PvP, so you can't really make any like competitive, this is the meta type thing. As far as that goes, you could just do like, oh, this is the best 3-turn farming team ever. Like that's as far as that goes, pretty much. As far as like gameplay, otherwise, I mean, again, at the core of the Fate Grand Order community, a lot of it is just Fate fans type Moon fans. So I think if there was, I'm sure there are, and I'm sure you've done several videos and other people have done several videos, but I wish there was more content regarding like the stories and like
I mean,
the lores and whatnot.
I used to do a lot lot, but I stopped doing it. It's just so much time and research, especially because now that I have to like now that I have like, you know, a job and everything, it makes it a little harder to do. Like, I mean, I have knowledge, but then I have to like backtrack and be like, am I correct on this? Like I have to like look it up and everything, because they're like, as you know, Fate type Moon in general, just the lore is everywhere. So like looking for those specific details is sometimes it's like it's hard sometimes.
And God forbid you get something wrong, like oh, he said heroic spirit instead of servant. Doesn't he not know at this point that heroic spirits and servants are technically different? It's like all right, but you get what I mean, like you know people like to
I've been corrected a lot, so
same I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, and just to put a cap on the whole content creation, like seeing a diversity or variety. Again, with Fate, it's just difficult, and with other games, it's a bit more like easier to diversify your content, because again, Fate already has this pre-established community and pre-established Type Moon fan base, so you got to learn how to satisfy those fans instead. Rather than try to bring new fans in, if that makes sense.
I agree with that. It's just there's just so much story that you have to go through, because it is a visual novel game first. So, story-based games are a lot to get into. So But okay, we are going a little bit over time here. MC. Again, you're like the biggest Gilgamesh fan that I know.
Thank you.
I think you're also a huge Tiamat fan, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, if I wasn't gonna win the Gilgamesh like VA autograph, if I could get Aoyuki's autograph to go with my shrine of Tiamat over here, like I have her here too, that would be amazing. But
I mean, it's pretty crazy. I personally don't really like to collect a lot of stuff, but I mean, like yourself, when I have a character that I really like, I do collect it. I don't really display it. I just put it in a box.
Okay.
Because I don't want to like get dust on it and stuff like that. But I totally understand your obsession with like your favorite characters, like completely. Because I'm a huge Gundam guy, so like I'd rather put my Gunpla and stuff.
No, I understand. I get it.
But okay, again, we are getting a little bit. We are going over a little bit here, but where can the viewers find you at if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, again, primarily YouTube. It's literally just the main character, nothing else. It at the main character Jack. So if you just look that up, I'm sure you'll find me FGO. I am currently close to 10,000 subscribers. So if you want to subscribe, why not get me closer? Why not? And I primarily do FGO, as we already talked about, mainly streaming and then turning those streams into videos. So if you want to come hang out, just chill. Get to know me. I'm pretty much an open book. Ask me anything you want. Usually leads to funny commentary. And if you use Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, you can follow me at the MC Jack. That's where I'm most active as far as social media. I do have an Instagram and obviously Discord, but Twitter just easy for me to pick up. So
okay, got it. I'll leave all his links down below, so definitely give him a follow and a subscribe. Get him to 10K there. And also, are you excited for the 9th anniversary? It's literally this week. This
Jesus.
Week, this week, right?
Yeah,
literally this week.
So, it's exciting. Definitely excited to react to those news at 1 a.m. in the morning, as I usually do. Just ruin my sleep schedule for a week.
It's gonna be a little the streams start a little earlier. I think it starts at 10 p.m. Our time, California, right? So
okay.
The event starts at 9 a.m. Japan time. So I think the first stream is around 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. And then the actual stream, probably 1 a.m.
I understand the drill. I got it at this point.
Who you speculating?
Oh man, I mean, there's so many people like to throw out Olga or Solomon and those very big Grand Order characters. In my opinion,
those aren't coming anytime soon. Not yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I keep telling people if anything for those characters, Olga, Solomon, Goetia, maybe throwing Galahad in there, I feel like they fit more like a 10th anniversary or a big story chapter drop. I don't think they would just throw them for 9th anniversary. I think based on the little information we have, specifically with the upcoming summer event, if I'm not mistaken, you have to complete Lost Belt 7 or Guild Call Prologue 1 or whatever. So to me, that tells me that the summer servants are going to be largely Lost Belt 7 characters, because a lot of the summer events in the past are just Lost Belt characters.
That's what everyone's speculating,
So I think a good, I guess, preview of that event would be to release somebody from Lost Belt 7 for 9th anniversary, and who better than the homie Kamazotz. But I don't know if it's gonna be him. That's my top pick, just because a lot of people, Japanese fans and Western fans, really want to see him. But at this point, it could be anybody. It could be a summer servant like they did last year. They could even throw in a Christmas servant.
No one liked.
Nobody at the time when I was reacting to it, I was like, oh, that's crazy. But then the more we thought about it, it was that's kind of it's kind of a waste of a spot.
This tells us that Morgan will never get a swimsuit outfit or swimsuit version, right? Or maybe, we don't know yet, but yeah.
Oh yeah. So that's my top pick. How about you? What do you think?
I mean, I have videos out already, but I mean, I just by the way, for those wondering, this video is coming out probably after anniversary.
Fair enough.
Because I do have other episodes coming out before you.
Okay.
But I just released a video about I'm not sure if you know. Do you know Tsukihime lore or?
A little bit.
I won't spoil it then. But there's this character from Tsukihime I think maybe might come in. But like yourself, I think maybe Kamatos might be one of them for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just hard to say right now because literally not really a lot of hints that we have, So.
Wait, the character you're thinking from Tsukihime starts with an A and an L, right?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know who you're talking about. I saw people speculating about that too, and I was like, okay.
But yeah, it's just stuff like that, because again, we like to look at the logo of the anniversary.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, we've had in the past have hints on the logo, so maybe.
Yeah.
Just maybe. But yeah. That's gonna basically be about it. Again, MC, thank you for coming on. Really appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Again, by the way, I'm going to the event. If you want anything, let me know. I do have a ticket for merchandise.
Oh
So
shoot,
just
dude.
let me know if you need anything, and I'll get it. I'll try to get my hands on it.
If you could, like, the only thing I want is the small Tiamat strap, the one with she has like a squirt gun, like the Rio art Tiamat.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
Like, you know, if you can't get it, all understandable. I could probably find it online in like the coming weeks. But
yeah, usually they have. I'm pretty sure I can get it. But like if I can't, Aniplex online usually posts the goods online.
Yeah.
Like weeks later, but it takes forever to come.
All right. Yeah. Sure.
But yeah, I'll do my best on that one.
All right. Cool.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Again, thank you very much, MC. Once again, if you guys want to subscribe and follow the main character, all his links are down below, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Laters. Bye.
Right.